Hey nerds, welcome to Jared Bear Reacts. Today we're going to react to Vincent Griffith, Regent of the 9 Covens. Again, Daddy Negan, almost 30,000 views, posted back October 2021, 8 minutes and 48 seconds. If you want to watch uninterrupted, a link will be in the description box down below, as well as a link for the Patreon, the Twitch stream, and everything in between. Jerry, best work. Excuse me, had a hiccup. Behind the scenes, I felt weird. Who doesn't love Vincent Griffith? I saw some people during the original reactions that were like, Vincent, blah, 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 blah. Vincent's great. Phenomenal actor, great performance. I'm glad he stuck around after the Finn thing. So that's all I got to say about that.
Powerful in return. The Tremay Coven wants
Small business, big impact.
Elijah. Just want that body returned unharmed.
I'm from the Tremay. How you expel your brother Finn from his body is your concern. Yeah, they gonna want me back.
Consider it done.
Actually, they already do want you back.
Sleep.
Yeah, matter of fact,
Good night.
they wanted you back for 9 months.
Guy practically tried to kill me. So who are you? I mean, now that you're not my brother, Finn.
Well, not this guy.
Vincent Griffith.
Vincent Griffith is just another victim.
Hi, Vinny.
I didn't know where I was or how long I'd been there, let alone that I'd lost 9 months of my life.
I gave up
Yup.
on being a witch, walked away from my coven.
How exactly is it that you knew Miss Sinclair?
She was
My wife.
The ancestors.
My wife.
Regent. Davina and the covens need a leader. With Josephine gone, the coven's in a mess. They need guidance.
Killing Josephine upset me, by the way. I felt bad for her.
They think they want me,
That role was meant for you.
but like I said, I am done.
You remember Davina?
I'm able to walk away from magic because I know that it's not good for me. I'm not your witch for hire.
Girl you were supposed to mentor?
More like
Man said I'm not your witch for hire, but kind of was the witch for hire the entire show.
Help build a piece.
She knows better.
You have a gift and you're not using it.
Magic is not a gift, Candy.
I offered her my advice months ago.
Vincent should have never gotten you into this. You're too young
I told her to make peace at all costs, and she refused me.
to have that kind of blood on your hand.
There might be a way to get her.
Bro, them fucking witch bodies that Haley clapped up.
She ain't gonna like it.
Wild.
And you decided to care. Excuse me, Kara.
But you don't like it when people disagree with you. From what I hear, you get pretty mad.
What makes me mad is getting lectured by the guy who walked away from being a witch.
There's nothing
I
could've
don't
done.
blame him.
I could've. You gonna kill anybody who disagrees with you, Davina?
I took care of a threat.
I could've.
That's what leaders do.
It's gonna be a lot
Ladies.
worse when you have the blood of your people on your hands. All because you sat back and let it happen.
Since when have you given a damn about my people?
Witches can't practice magic in the quarter.
Yeah, witches and vampires have been fighting for power.
We are all New Orleans. And now you're
All
gonna hand over
Nolans.
9 powerful covens to some outsider.
Congratulations, Mr. Griffith.
I'm back now.
Regent Witch of New Orleans.
So you are.
Regent of New Orleans.
The Regent of New Orleans.
I do not break. And I'm sick and tired of good people falling victim to the trash that the originals bring to town. New Orleans is our home, Marcel.
A vigilante witch. that
Above
fears no vampire.
anybody.
And it's time we took it back. Our connection with the ancestors has been severed. It's
Yeah,
gone.
above anybody, Vincent wants to take care of New Orleans.
No, listen. Now, I'm not asking you to trust Marcel. I'm asking you to trust me. I'm gonna go into their world with this, and I'm gonna use every drop of power.
Yeah, with that goddamn acorn.
Guys, what happens next? It's up to us.
You've done enough, Vincent.
Cut off the signal.
Yes.
You should go.
This week marks 5 years since the fall of the Michelsons.
Bro, the way they just introduced time jumps.
The king is dead.
5 years from season 3, 7
In
from
the
season
beginning,
4.
for Witches, they'll need someone to lead them.
Davina, I'm not gonna let
Vincent,
We witches, we earned that peace.
I'm not asking.
We snatched back our freedom. We severed our link with our ancestors.
She's the one that made sure the ancestors were gone for good.
To take back our city, we back.
And then the ancestors were just kind of back.
Well, it means a lot. You looking out for the Covens.
Look, I saw something. Crime scene. I just saw what you did back there with all the bodies and the bloodshed. Man, left for anybody to find.
So whatever happens next, they've earned it.
Did the people of New Orleans earn it too? Reminded me of somebody else's handiwork.
And I was hoping you would be different, man, but I'm starting now to think that you are just as dangerous as Klaus Michelson.
I never figured.
Like father, like son.
Vincent,
Nobody's lackey, Klaus.
I did what was necessary.
No, you didn't, Marcel. That's what the problem is.
So anytime he went on them rants, bro, I love it.
You do what you want to do. No! Consequences be damned. Witches are supposed to be the protectors of New Orleans.
Show yourself to me. Vincent Griffith.
How do you know my name?
Change was necessary. Unity was necessary.
Killing kids was necessary?
You remember my wife Eva, right?
Yeah, the child stealing psycho.
She was a crazy son of a gun. Nah, at one point she was good, but another point she was bad. Now we got this dragon eating its own tail.
But a lot of people have a harder time doing that.
Like your wife.
She was a whole bushel of bananas.
What lives in me
For losing her.
lives in you.
What happened to Eva was because of me. It wasn't because of you.
All them birds. Summer.
You'll be the one who gives it breath.
You're in the middle of everything that's to come.
You gave it breath.
Your ancestors were the only thing holding it back.
The raining blood shit's
When you
wild.
severed that link, you allowed it to go free. Now that thing, it took everything that's dark and twisted inside of me and it used it against me. Used it against my wife, and it ended up taking everything that I've ever loved away from me.
I used to hear all kinds of horrible tales about Vincent Griffith.
So then you have every reason to want
The
to
statue just hit little buddy, bro. It just cracks me up.
Powerful witch motivated to expose evil and protect his flock.
Yup.
What did you hear?
Strong man,
Sometimes I forget what a beautiful city it is,
full of fire, a good friend.
especially with all the ugliness that comes with it.
You were the regent of all 9 covens.
Of all 9 covens.
My wretched mother recognized your master.
Hello, Vincent.
Hey, Vincent was OP as shit, bro. The scene of him with the skull.
I think it's time we caught up with one another, don't you?
But I know I ain't just gonna let it take him out.
You knew this day would come.
You're a talented man, Vincent.
Remember that
All
guy?
those years of
He's in like 3
straining from
episodes.
magic, afraid that if you practiced, I might come around. Still, after all that, here I am.
Here you are.
You want to put the hollow into one of my siblings?
One ain't gonna
Ananu.
You really think you
Whatever her
can
name
beat me?
was.
I'm gonna need 4 of them.
You're welcome to try.
That is the only way that we're gonna beat the Hollow.
Well, if it'll save my little girl, then we will make it so.
That's the funny thing about our city, though, Marcel.
Had to separate all 4 of them.
That's New Orleans.
And then had to erase Elijah's goddamn mind.
You want to know about the end?
I cannot get through my day without having the feeling that the world might crack open at any moment.
Not our fault, but it is our problem.
When was the last time you were truly happy, Vincent?
Maybe death does something to us. Probably.
I mean, good for him for letting go of that photo. I don't know if I could have let go of that photo. And I love them 2 together. And they ripped it away from us.
Give you a chance to talk to my friend here.
I had a friend once.
Is your friend the shrink?
You got me at a loss.
Cammy O'Connell, bartender.
Cammy. If my friend Cammy had never heard of any of us, she would probably be alive right now with a successful therapy practice.
Yup.
Or she might not.
She believed with all her heart that you had some good left in you. To Haley.
In any case, she was free to choose her own path.
If I stand against all that darkness, even if I do get chopped down, I know you're right there ahead of me.
A respected leader, and I can tell you genuinely care for your community. Working.
I think Vincent cared more than anybody.
Why?
That's the dude that had the fucking zipper
And
up
you
to
know
his
what?
head.
That sounds to me like it's a threat.
We have to pick a side, Vincent.
Still pisses me off that Marcella nobody recognized what was going on and fucking speed ran their ass over there to help her.
That'll make a lovely epitaph on your tombstone.
There's always beauty to be seen.
See, growing up in New Orleans, kids,
Witches tell bedtime stories about the powerful vampire Klaus.
we hear stories.
Klaus
about
Michelson.
the evil Klaus Michelson.
Yes, yes, and now I'll finally reap my just desserts.
Right now, our ancestors are living in horror.
No.
In
Because
horror.
Here you are, finally living up to the potential that Cammy saw in you.
But if there's one thing I've learned
I have to choose a side.
in this town,
Tugging on the
we do
earlobe.
better when we're not alone.
She would have been proud.
Our solution.
My man got
everyone in
faked
their
the fuck
corner
out.
separate,
Oh,
is good enough when he
they gonna show
They're
it.
gonna attack.
But somehow, I'm hateful for proposing the same.
This time, you be the thing that they fear.
No less hateful when it was his idea.
We are going to
Josh!
so that every single one of our dead will be free.
If that madman, Klaus Michelson, can find the courage to sacrifice everything for his family,
You're a good man, Vincent.
maybe I can find the courage to deal with the possibility of loss.
True.
You're going to be a great dad.
2 witches and a werewolf. This kid's gonna
2 witches and a wolf. Ah. Vincent Griffith, a person who backpacked the show when needed to do so. Obviously, the show driven by Klaus and Elijah and the Michelson family, mainly Klaus and Elijah. But when Vincent's on screen, you just know he's on screen. He's such a presence, and he was the one. He was the witch for hire. I hate to say it, but he was the Bonnie Bennett. He was the Bennett witch of this show. Anytime they needed a witch, they turned to him before they could turn to Freya, and then they turned to both of them at the same time. And I love that Vincent formed friendships with both Freya and Cammy and Will, even the cop, even though their friendship seemed to bloom more off screen by the way he was affected by Will's death. But it's just Regent of the 9 Covens. I don't think there's anything more I could have asked for having that character on screen and everything that he did. And, you know, he had the solutions when needed, and the big solution to put the 4 of them separate to keep the Hollow away. You hated to see it, but it added depth and stuff to the show. I think one thing the Vampire Diaries did better than the originals was they had closure. The closure for the characters. With the originals, it's kind of open-ended with Freya and I almost said Kennel. I can't think of her name. Starts with a K. Oh, it just left me. Freya and Keelan. Them two together. And then wanting Vincent to be the father of their child. That's kind of like open-ended. Like, you assume that goes smooth, but you would like to just see it at peace to have that closure. But Vincent Griffith, phenomenal. Another phenomenal video. We have a couple more left from him, from Daddy Negan, getting into the rest of the week. But other than that, I don't know why. I don't know how you could hate Vincent. I'm going to go ahead and head out. Links and everything in the description box down below. Playlist up on screen. As always, stay cute, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one.